can to get the information out there to you parents and fathers and mothers. I'm doing everything I can. And sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's enough. But I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep searching. And I'll keep moving. Resting my head, only knowing that no matter what I do, as long as there's an internet out there, my son will someday, through school or through some other way, no matter what, he's going to know the truth about what happened. He's going to know that his dad was out there searching for him, that his dad never gave up, that his dad fought for his rights and his dad's rights. Yeah. I think it's wrong what Jolene has done to my son. It's wrong to tell a boy that you're his mother, and his father, and for you not to be, for you to lie to them. I understand some circumstances and situations where something like that might play a part. There are always some rare circumstances out there. This is not one of them. He had a father who was ready and willing to be there for him. He didn't know. Nobody gave me a chance. Nobody even knew anything about me. Nobody still knows anything about me. She says right there in court, she doesn't know me. But she's telling the judge that I'm a completely different person outside of the courtroom. That I'm rude and obnoxious and violent and all this other stuff. And man, she doesn't know me. Every time I have tried to step and talk to her, every single time I have made any effort to be reasonable with her, to try and be understanding of this situation, try to be empathetic with her in any way, she just cuts me right on out, telling me how bad I am and what a bad person I am, and how she doesn't want her son having anything to do with anybody that has anything to do with the mom and all this other stuff. Man, she just would not give me a time of day. And while we're in court, at the end of the court, I asked her, I said, hey, what can we do, to try and work this out? This is, let's look for what's in the best interest of Darmani. You really care about him? Let's, do this. What can I do? And the only thing she can tell me is that she wanted to take his picture, wanted me to take her wanted picture off of Facebook, which I can't find. Sure, I made it quite a while ago when all this first started, before I could even find her address. I was looking for her. So I put a wanted poster out for her because, well, I wanted to find her. And I did. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Alright, and we're back with the Dad's Connection. Dave Brown here, host of the night. Anyhow, so back to the situation here. Darmani, my son, his birthday's coming up on the 8th. And I've done everything I can to try and reach out to Jolene Soto to ask her to let me spend some time with my son on his birthday, possibly give him his gifts, spend some time with his family over here. I understand that, for a young child that, a transition would be most beneficial to him. But in this kind of situation, where there's been so much wrong done, it's very hard. It's very hard to let go of those things, and I'm doing my very best to try and do so. But it would take both of us. It would take myself and it would take Jolene to put aside our differences and try to work for the best of Darmani. And I've offered this several times and pleaded to try and do this as best as possible. every time I've seen Jolene, including the time when I went out there to her house. That was what I was there to do, but she took it all wrong, and her old man came out trying to attack me and stuff, and well, that wasn't alright. But here I'm feeling like I'm being discriminated against, racially discriminated against. The tribe didn't even recognize that I'm a registered Native American, which I've told them several times, even in my first application, whatever you call it, a petition. I have done everything I can do, and I've, now she brings up and says, oh, hey, this guy, I'm told by my neighbors or by somebody else, I don't know who she's being told by, but whatever the case, saying that I'm this big drug user and this and that, and well, I'll tell you all straight up, okay? I have a legal marijuana card for pain and glaucoma, and you know what? If the tribe says we have a zero tolerance policy, and well, we want you to be clean and this and that, you know what? Okay, I get it. It's alright to pump me full of them drugs, they're gonna tear up my liver and kidney and everything else. What do they care? As long as it's legal to them and okay with them. But you know what? Okay. I will do anything for my children, including not smoking pot. Okay? Consider it done, like I've said before. I'm all for the legalization of it. I'm all for all the benefactors of it, including green-wise. I mean, it could really save our trees. It could really do a lot for our planet in many different ways. And due to the cut in profit it would do to a lot of different companies out there, including oil companies, including cotton farmers and a whole bunch of things like that. The woodlands, well, yeah, a lot of people would lose a lot of money in that aspect of it, because it is beneficial. It can help in many different ways, and it doesn't just have to be used as a drug. It doesn't just have to be used as a mind-altering substance. But hey, I'd rather a whole lot of stoners out there than I would a whole lot of tweakers out there. I'll tell you that. At least them, most of the time, they're too damn lazy to pick up a gun. But either way, I mean, I've never claimed to be perfect. I have my own problems. I'm not the perfect picture person of the world of parenting and everything else, but I do my best. I do my best, and I try to offer what I can to my children. My love is always open to my kids. I try to make good choices. You can't always, but as long as you try your best, that's all any child can ask for. Well, maybe that's not entirely true, because some people, well, they can try their best, but they just don't know the right way or a good positive way to raise their kids, and that's very, very sad, but it's very true too. I didn't grow up in the best of situations, and I would sure hope and pray that my children don't have to see or face hardly any of what I have. And I'm doing everything I can to try and do that. As a matter of fact, not so many years ago, I was trying to obtain custody of my older daughter. And at that time, not anymore, but at that time, her mom was in a different place. And honestly, she should not have had custody. And she should have worried more about cleaning herself up and taking care of her kids than what she was worried about at the time. Fortunately, though, she has shaped up quite a bit. She is a much better person, I think, these days than she used to be. And that goes for both of us. However, back then, it was very, very scary. Very, very scary. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at some of these reports and history things and CPS reports and different things like that on the internet, and I'm looking for everything I can for my situation, and I'm finding these spots where CPS is taking kids, for being swatted on the butt with a wooden spoon. My daughter straight up called the CPS workers and told them that her mom was hitting her with a spatula, dragging her down the hall by her hair and such. And I mean, she did that then, but they wouldn't do anything about it. They did not want to step into the middle of a custody case. It was custody versus abuse. And although the mother herself wasn't as abusive as, well, the situation was pretty abusive, but her boyfriend at the time was way worse. She got custody while in court with the felon, who is a known meth cook. I mean, she won custody with no lawyer. Why? The judge said because I was shaking my leg and it showed that I couldn't control myself and my temper. That was her whole goal, was to prove that I was some big bad bully or something like that. That I was way worse than I am. And in family court and things like that, they can just go ahead and say you're this bad person and slander the heck out of you with no factual proof. They don't have to have it. CPS can say whatever they want to say, and as long as it happens in court, heck, it's on paper. And they can demolish you. It's really sad how children are used as pawns so much in the family court system today, and how they're used as property. I mean, you have this judge telling me that he is the property of the tribe. Property of a tribe? He's nobody's property. He's my son. He doesn't belong to me. He doesn't belong to anybody. He's his own individual that will grow into a man with the education taught by the people that he learns from around him. I prefer one of those people to be me, his biological dad. I mean, I don't get it. You got so many other fathers out there who don't want to step up, who are scared of child support because, they don't want to get a DNA test because they're just scared of child support. Because they're scared of this, scared of that, scared of this, scared of that, whatever the case is. I don't know, but those fathers, I don't know, man. It's okay. It's okay. I'm looking for the fathers out there who want to step up to the plate and that are being withheld. Even those that are stepping up to the plate and have their children. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your stories. I want to get it out there. I'm reaching out to newsrooms right now. I'm reaching out to TV shows. I'm reaching out to everyone out there. Congress, senators, the president, Mr. Obama. Can you hear me out there? This isn't right. You need to protect the constitutional rights. And as far as their tribes go, you need to protect the value of family and tradition. You don't just reach out and give somebody custody just because they got blood quantum and registered in your tribe. You got to hold them so close that it doesn't matter how screwed up they end up. That's not okay. That's not okay, Warm Springs. I've always been proud to be Native American. That is until recently, when I've become